Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and the time is upon us. We have gotten Ultimate Death Knight for free for everyone that was logging in during the end of August during the 7-day login reward. So I'm going to show you how I built my Death Knight, what artifact sets to put on him, how to use him, and he's actually the best in the game at a very crucial role for progression. So I am going to showcase that and show you everything that goes into Death Knight. We'll also grade him towards the end, and you can let me know if you agree or disagree. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first off out the gate, I have no idea when viewers are watching a video, but Ultimate Death Knight was a free login reward champion similar to Ninja and Alexander. If you logged in for 7 days, you were going to acquire Death Knight. So as soon as I got him from the 7-day rewards is when I start recording footage like this and getting a video out there for you. So just in general, to break down the champion, base HP is all right. I would like to see it be like 21.5 or something, but it's okay. The attack is completely irrelevant because his damage is going to be scaling with defense, and if a champion does not scale with attack, attack does absolutely nothing for them. For speed, 97, that's fine. It's pretty average. Most everything rest is average, and it's nice that he does get 20 accuracy because he is going to need some accuracy to land things like decrease attack and fear. He also has some of the best animations in the game. He's really got a special feel to him as a champion. He's kind of like he's a meme of a character in a bunch of Raid Shadow Legends commercials and stuff. And he's got his Mr. Nibbles companion crawling all over him, and Mr. Nibbles actually does an attack. And he's got like his helm falling down, and he drops his sword and stuff. And his animations are super funny when he runs forward, kind of all clumsily and swings. So this is the best they've done for designing a champion and really bringing them to life in the game. But for his kit, we've got the A1, attack one enemy with a 30% chance to provoke, and we're going to increase that to 55 against legendary champions. So if you're in like the tag team arena or something, 90% chance you're going to face a legendary. It's going to scale with defense, and we can get that up to a 75% chance or a 50% chance respectively. The A2 is going to be an AoE attack down that can also place a fear if it is on a legendary champion, and it books to a 3-turn cooldown. We can get the 80% on the decrease attack up to 100%, and we can get the 80% for the fear up to 100% as well. So fully booked. Honestly, it's a pretty decent ability, especially if you're going up against legendary champions like in Faction Wars or Tag Team Arena. And kind of a cool thing about this ability, so when he does, you'll get to see it when I'm showcasing him in action, but when he does this ability, he sends Mr. Nibbles up as the little rat to run around and hit everybody. And I really like how they put fear on there, because what does everybody famously do when there's like a mouse or a rat running around somewhere near them? It's always like, a bunch of fear stricken people. So I think it's pretty cool how they included fear in that as well. Then he also has an A3 that's going to place a shield and a continuous heal on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense, and I don't personally like when they do proportional. Like, what's proportional? They do the same thing with things like Valkyrie and Raglan for Raglan's heal. It's like, just tell us what it is. Like, is it 2 times this champion's defense? Is it 4x this champion's defense? Like, why not just tell us what that number is? But I'll show you a little bit of testing that I did last night live on stream, and I'll show you kind of what I think it is. Then we got the passive here that is a pretty cool mechanic. We've got whenever an ally is attacked, 100% chance of completely blocking 1 hit and decreasing the incoming damage to 0 on the target that they were trying to hit. But Ultimate Death Knight will receive that damage instead, and the chance decreases to 50% if the attacker is a boss, and does not work if the attack was an AoE. Whenever an enemy is healed, heals the champion by 20% of that heal. So if an enemy heals for 10,000, Ultimate Death Knight's going to get healed for 2,000. And a situation that this is really, really impactful in PvP would be like against a Rotos. Rotos comes in with that solo hard target nuke, bang, and trying to kill one of your squishies or something, one of your DPSers, and it does 0 damage, but it goes to Ultimate Death Knight instead, who you have built as a tank to hopefully sustain something like that. And if he dies, that's okay, because he already did his job in tanking damage. Now your DPS has an opportunity to actually clean up because they're not dead. They don't have to get revived first. So it can be a really, really solid ability here on the passive in PvP, and in a situation that we'll get to here in a little bit, in the Spider. all those spiderlings, they do single target damage. So they come in and they swarm and they try to hit one target and priority kill them, place a bunch of poisons and do a bunch of damage. Well, all of them are going to be hitting Ultimate Death Knight. So he's got potential to be the best spider tank in the game. And then we have another passive here. Increase the champion's HP, defense, and speed by 10% for each dead ally, which, I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to get a ton of value out of this consistently, but, you know, why not? It's like a little bit of a bonus. He can actually solo some content, like a Nightmare Campaign Farmer, but he's super slow, so it's not really recommended. But that's about the only time you would get a consistent use out of something like that. And then he gets an aura here of 30% defense in all battles. So, okay, now I'm going to head on over to the Death Knight that I've got built on my account. We'll talk about the booking, the artifact sets to choose, putting him together, the masteries to put on him, and everything that goes into building him as a champion. So, okay, here is my Ultimate Death Knight, and if you quickly want to see the stats, I can put down the camera for a second and show you the stats. We went with about 55k HP, 6,000 defense, 260 speed. I don't need to really prioritize crit rate and crit damage on him because he's not going to be some nuker, damage dealer, or anything like that. And we need plenty of accuracy to make sure that we are landing the debuffs that we need relevant to the content that we are clearing. Then for the artifact sets, you can see here, I've got speed, HP, and perception. Perception's a great set on him, for sure. You want accuracy, speed, defense, and HP, basically. So any route that gets you there, you could also do some cool things and building him in one of those like 4-piece tanky sets or something like that. But any sort of good accuracy, good speed, and high toughness with defense and HP is going to work great on him. So for the individual pieces, your banner is usually going to end up accuracy. If you get enough accuracy on your artifact set bonuses and your substats, you could maybe go defense or HP or something. But yeah, the amulet is going to be the defense typically, and you're looking for a little bit of accuracy on it as well. And then the ring is your stat stick to get as much combined defense and HP as you can. And remember, you do want to stack defense on him when you can, because you will make that shield a lot stronger that he's placing on all allies. So it is an opportunity to use defense percent boots on him like I did. And as you notice, I still got him to 260 speed by using defense percent boots. As long as you've got good gear, maybe use a speed set, maybe glyph up something. He's not like an arbiter that has to have 350 speed. You can definitely use stat percent boots on him for sure. And then we're stacking defense on the chest and gloves typically as well. The top one's going to be pretty simple. Like I said a minute ago, you're just looking for speed, accuracy, and tankiness. Then if we slide on over to the booking process, I believe he takes 10 books. It's 4 + 4 is 8 + 2 is 10. Yep. So you know, he is a pretty decent progression champion, so you don't have to feel bad about booking him or anything. I think his book value is okay. He does get a lot on the A2 and the A3 because he gets 3 cooldowns on these, plus all the buff chance on the A2. And even his A1 is going to get 20% buff chance. So, yeah, if you end up booking him, don't feel bad about it. He can be decent in a Hydra team, great in Faction Wars, great as a Spider tank, and really solid as a progression champion in general. For the masteries, there's a few different ways we can go on him. I don't really like going War Master on him down the offense tree because he doesn't do damage every turn. He's got this this ability right here, the A3, where he's not going to do any damage. Typically, if you go War Master and stuff, you like it when they do damage every single turn. But you know, I would probably go support and defense tree on him, and this is a pretty decent general setup. You can have one bulwark champion per team. It's something they don't really say in here. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it used to be like that. This will only proc on one champion per team, so you can't put like 2 or 3 champions in this mastery. It will only go on to one of them. So that's how it used to be. So just something you want to be wary of until I can test that again here to confirm, because it has been like a year or two. But yeah, you know, going down, getting the decrease for crit rate is going to be important, I think, because he's going to be soaking up all those heavy single target hits. And then going down here, you can also get lasting gifts is pretty good because he places the shield and the continuous heal. So you could make an argument that I could have maybe taken this off and gone, or taken off like this one as well, and gone down here and gotten lasting gifts. So definitely consider that when you're building his mastery. And now hopefully I can take a fight and show you Ultimate Death Knight's passive ability in play against Rotos. So let's take a look at what that is going to be here in battle, and hopefully it ends up happening. So we've got the shield, okay. And right there, he prioritized You know, I've noticed with his I did auto right there, and he did the decrease attack and fear and all that. Now, I've noticed that sometimes his AI will prioritize that. Sometimes his AI will prioritize continuous heal and shield. I believe since the Krisk already has a shield on us, that he prioritized the attacking ability with the decreased attack and all that. But just be aware that he will kind of do either one depending on the situation. I think he's trying to be kind of smart and do the right thing instead of just blanketly prioritizing one every time. So hopefully this Roto... Oh, no, the Rotos got feared. And, okay, let's see. Okay. So Rotos will hopefully get a turn here. Now he's going to place the heal and the shield. And the Rotos, let's go ahead and attack the... let's do this. And then hopefully Rotos comes forward. Yeah, so what you saw there was the Rotos damage. He attacked the Duchess, but the damage went to the ultimate Death Knight. So let's go forward. Let's keep this rolling. Hopefully we can get another single target nuke to come in. Yep, right there. Rotos came again, but it went on to the Death Knight. Let's take him down. And I'm going to put this on ×1. I'll see if I can catch it a little bit better here. Rotos isn't feared or anything. And I believe Rotos or Krisk is going to go next. So be on the lookout here. Okay, no. So we're going to do this. And then here's going to come Rotos. Vitality Plunder. Yep. He tried to hit the Krisk, I believe, but it went to the ultimate Death Knight. So really you can nullify Rotos and not let him kill the target that he wants to kill, because Rotos is all single target nuking. So I believe there's a lot of opportunity for ultimate Death Knight to really manipulate on the battlefield against those Rotos teams. But this is what I wanted to show you for ultimate Death Knight. He is an insane spider tank. So on stage 25, it is going to be a magic affinity spider. So it's going to want to attack spirit champions or squishy champions like a Cold Heart, for instance. But it can't. The spiderlings can't. They're going to be forced to hit your ultimate Death Knight weak because he soaks up all the attacks they're going to be doing. So let me show you this in action here with kind of a random team I threw together to showcase this. And there's the rat going forward with the attack down and stuff. And we'll wait till they have a full turn meter, HP burn, and then here it comes. Now watch all these spiders. And there's this clumsy chop animation. Okay, see they tried to hit the Lysandra and couldn't. And right there, see? Target changed. It pulls up that text, target changed. So an absolutely bonkers spider tank. He's just soaking up all of that. Ultimate Death Knight, just the ultimate single target spider tank. They can't hit anybody they want to. You just build your Death Knight as super high defense with enough resistance to resist the poisons if you want, if it's a problem, and he will soak up every single spiderling attack. It is absolutely cracked in terms of being a spider tank. Okay, but I also want to adjust things so I can show you, like, that team was killing the spider before it would even take a turn. I want to show you what happens when the spider takes a turn because of the passive that Ultimate Death Knight has. Let's zoom in a little bit here on Ultimate Death Knight. And once the spider turn meter fills up, I want to show you, like, the biggest heal you'll ever see in the game. So we're getting close. I'm trying to slow it down for you here. When the spider takes a turn, watch on Ultimate Death Knight for the heal. Spiderlings. The turn meter gets a little bit weird on the spider. So we're starting to take some damage. And look at that. Okay, I don't know if you caught it. I'll try to, like, screenshot it and show you. But it was 464,000, I think, on the heal. And that is because of the bottom part of this passive. Whenever an enemy is healed by 20% of that heal. So you can get in some situations where it is an absolutely ridiculous heal, like in the spider. And I also want to give you a good look at his animations because I think they are great. So we turn this down to ×1. And boom, there is the Mr. Nibbles running forward and jumping around, fearing things, and doing the decreased attack. And then right there is the shield one, which is pretty self-explanatory, but him running up and doing his A1 is definitely funny, so I want to show you that. I'm going to send him over here to the right side and watch his A1, how clumsy he comes up here and swings. Love that. Love that massive sword chop. And then I'll show you Mr. Nibbles again. Runs forward and decrease attack and fear. And now let's pull out our grading algorithm and we'll talk about some of the thoughts on this champion. He will be added to the tier list on the website and everything officially very soon here, hopefully by the end of the day. But I can show you here in the video the thought process. So book value. He takes 10 books. They are pretty, he gets a decent amount of value from them, and he's a good progression champion. We'd probably go like an 8. In the arena, he does fill a cool role in stopping single target damage from like a Rotos or something. So maybe like an 8.5. No, not 805. That's gonna break everything. Let's go 8.5 here. There we go. And in the Hydra, decrease attack is nice. Continuous heal and shield is nice. Probably like an 8. Then for the Demon Lord, again, decrease attack, same things that are kind of nice there. He'd be all right in like a standard team, but not going to be super great in the, there's no single target damage. So honestly, like a 4, he's not going to be that well used in the Demon Lord. Faction Wars, he's amazing. He might be like an 11 in Faction Wars. I think he's really good in the Undead Faction Wars. Doom Tower is going to be similar to Hydra. He can stop some of those single target nukes. Yeah, I'd probably go like a 7.5. For dungeons, yeah, now the fact that he's amazing as a spider tank for progression is really cool. So that alone, I would give him like a 9, and he's pretty good for like the dragon and versus some of the potion keeps as a support and stuff. So yeah, he's fine in dungeons. Scarcity. He does bring something fun to the game with the single target nuking and the spider tanking. That is a really cool passive. So I would probably give him like an 8.5 because he does bring something new and exciting to the game. So he ends up grading out as an 8.20, which really is fine. I think as a champion that comes out as a free login reward, you're gonna want a champion that's somewhere in that range of like 8. If it's around like 6.5, 7, it's gonna be too underwhelming. But if it's like a 9, 9.5, it might be a little bit too insane as like a free champion that just gets dumped on the whole community. So I think they did about right. It's tough to walk that fine line, but I think an 8.20 ends up being pretty solid as a daily login reward fun champion to introduce to the game. Oh, and I almost forgot, but I promised I would show you this. So last night I was doing some testing on stream with viewers for Ultimate Death Knight, and we were comparing the shield to someone like Valkyrie because they both place a proportional defense shield. Now you can see that the value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense, but we don't know what that means. So let me pull out the trusty pen right here. Okay, so the one on the left is going to be Death Knight, and the one on the right is going to be Valk. Now, what we saw here is this was a Cupidus that I just kind of had no gear on. I just kind of threw him in there as a test champion, not only to soak up damage from the Spiderlings and have them target him because he has low HP, and he's also Spirit Affinity in their magic. But then I also wanted to see what kind of a shield got placed by Ultimate Death Knight and by the Valkyrie. So the HP bar, and anybody can let me know if I'm wrong here, but I'm going to try to walk you through what I think the shield proportion is. The Cupidus had 27k HP. So knowing that this HP bar is supposed to be about 27k, we can see that the shield went up to, what is that? It's about exactly 1/3, isn't it? So what is 1/3 of 27k? It's like 9,000 or so. Yeah, 9,000 times 3. Yeah, it's exactly 9,000. Okay, so 9k is the shield. That's my estimate. And you saw my Death Knight had about 6k defense. So that means it's about 1.5x. Unless I'm missing something here, that's what it seems like to me. Now, on the Valkyrie, for the same bar, my Valkyrie actually had less defense. My Valkyrie is placing a shield that looks like it's about, I don't know, so almost half of 27, which would be, what, like 13k or so? That's probably, it's probably around there, like a 13k shield on the Valkyrie. And then the Valkyrie only had 4,500 defense, so 4.5k on the defense, which you can see that we're basically getting a 3x defense shield. So I'm thinking that Ultimate Death Knights is about half as effective as Valkyries in terms of the shield. But if I'm doing something wrong or I'm missing something here or I'm not calculating this right, definitely let me know. That's just what I observed testing with viewers last night on stream, that it seems to be about half as impactful as Valkyries proportional to defense. So already, congrats on those of you that have your Ultimate Death Knight. I hope you have fun playing around with him. I think Plarium did a pretty good job with this event. He was a lot of fun, you know, in terms of the content creators, interviewing him and all that. I was lucky enough to be included in that and had a lot of fun producing that video to interview Ultimate Death Knight. He's a great character, brings a lot of life to the game. And while he's not the best champion in the game, he's not Siphi or Duchess or something, I do think he brings some fun and new elements, and he's a cool introduction to the game. So let me know what you think down below, and remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy Raid Shadow Legends content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.